Hi everyone and welcome to today's look ahead video, which is brought to you with EasyMelt. And this is weatherweb.net and I'm Simon Keeling. Thanks again for watching. It's Saturday the 23rd of November. Now as usual, the video and the whole of the website here to get free of charge by you keep coming back and using the site. And when you use the site and use the adverts, it's that keeps us free of charge. So thank you for doing that. Right. Now yesterday I was telling you about the long rangers causing some confusion. That's continued today. However, it's kind of what you would expect. This is the CFS prediction for November, so this is for the rest of the month. And actually this part of the CFS is pretty good. What it's showing us is this build of heights out here towards the west of the UK. That's the area of high pressure that's going to be building in through this week, bringing those dry conditions. There's the trough off towards the east. So actually the start is not bad. The start of the model run isn't bad, and it kind of confirms really what we were suspecting we'd see through the end of November. Now, it's as we get further ahead that it kind of just doesn't look as consistent as it did in previous runs of the model. This is for December. This is the CFS again, 500 millibar heights. And what it's trying to do is to put high pressure, high heights over Scandinavia. So we'd have a flow something like that over Scandinavia, but then this stronger jet coming in across the channel. And with a ridge here as well down across Iberia, have a flow doing something like this. And really the UK would be in a more confused pattern for December. The only similarity really is that we've got the high sort of closer by, and this sort of battleground going on in this east to southeasterly flow. This is what I was telling you about yesterday, about this threat of some wintry weather in the middle of the month, I think, particularly across Scotland, Northern Ireland and northern parts of England. If that east to southeasterly sets in, comes up against this milder flow coming in off the Atlantic, the battleground between the two across the northern parts of the UK could produce some snow. But I'm just not sure about this run. It just doesn't look the best of runs to me. So we'll have to wait a while for that to get out. And you see here that as we go into January, look, what it's trying to do is put a block up here across Scandinavia, bring a trough here through the Atlantic, another one over eastern parts of Europe. And it would kind of do a flow something like that across Europe with a cold northerly down through the UK and a feed into the trough here across the Atlantic. Again, completely different to other runs, which of course, as you know, we've shown a strong jet stream coming in, and they've been doing that quite consistently for a few weeks now. So this is kind of an outlier run. And even for February it did this. Look, it then brings in a sharper flow through westerly flow through February coming in from the Atlantic, and that's not what it was shown before. So I think we've got to say the jury's out in the CFS for a short time now. We need to see these runs getting back to being more consistent to what they were. But I think really that's just more indicative of the question mark that was over the medium to long range yesterday anyway. But another model that's performed fairly well though has been the Korean. Now, they disappeared for a few months, but they're back now. This is the forecast for December of 500 millibar heights in December. And what they're trying to show us here is this build of heights out in the Atlantic here, also off towards the east with this low feature across the pole. Now, if this came true, this would probably bring in a flow something like so through the UK, the battleground across the UK, and hints at the idea of cold weather again during the middle part of December. Now, looking into January, this is what it does through January. It butts the trough out towards the west of the country here, with the ridge off towards the east, puts high pressure here over Scandinavia, an east-southeasterly flow like so, tries to make the north and the east of the UK cold, but brings more unsettled conditions through Ireland, Wales and southwestern parts of England. Now, that's quite a big block it's building out there in January across Scandinavia, and is really the opposite of what the CFS has been showing, which, as I said, was this strong flow coming in across the Atlantic. So really some confusion still reigning in the longer range models. And for February as well, this is what it looked like. Oh, I can't get rid of that now. I can't erase off the screen. But anyway, for February, this is what it's been doing. Building that Omega ridge back in, high pressure in here, keeping cold conditions. So still going for the idea of a colder than usual winter. Now, having said all that, I've got to tell you, I'm not convinced by those runs. I do think middle of December could go colder, but I also said that I thought that the end of the month and running into January could go milder, more windy, with the southwesterly flow and becoming more unsettled. I'm still going to stick to that idea. I really don't think the models have got a handle on this situation at all. But we'll see how things develop during the course of this week. There are times when you do just have to put your hands up and say, do you know what? I can't work out what the atmosphere is playing at. And I think we are just in one of those periods at the moment. But we'll keep across it. We'll try and keep you updated on exactly what's been hinted at. And of course, you get the latest here at weatherweb.net. So for now, thanks for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.